All right, so NXT, good package at the beginning to show the cross Dijakovic Keith Lee thing.
Right,
it's cool to see our boy and one of my students being fast tracked to the top spot of NXT in almost record time for a performer on that show.
For sure,
right.
So you could that speaks volumes of my knowledge and my guidance. I think. Would you agree with that?
More to your luck, but go ahead.
You're going to get cross heat.
So the first, so I'm watching both these shows back and forth. And the first show, I see there's a 10-man tag. So I saw the girls come out. I wasn't really familiar with a lot of them except Io Shirai and Candice LeRae. So the first part of it kind of like it looked a little green, so I switched. I didn't watch a lot of this match. But when I came back to it, Io Shirai was doing a bunch of really athletic stuff. And I was like, wow, it's good, because I've seen her wrestle before, but like she was doing very good with details too. Yeah. Very good with detail. Because everybody does this. You do this spot where the one girl, somebody climbs up the rope and you climb up and you go to a spot out of there. Right. And too often people just forget to hide the cooperation and will just blatantly just help each other and just get in position. Io Shirai, they were like, dude, and she stops and like give a good snug forearm to the girl's back, or like the girl gives it something to her back and she reached back and like, ow, that hurts. Okay. So in the context of like storytelling, that takes you out of the thing like they're helping each other up there. Because like she's nailed her with a shot and she's selling it, so now I can move around and get in position, as opposed to both of the girl, people like do that. So that was,
and she's paying attention to those little details that you appreciate and makes it, gives it a storytelling aspect to it instead of just move for move.
Well, bro, here's the thing.
I appreciate too.
But here's the thing: this wrestling audience that watches now, the under 2, like the 1.7 million people that are wrestling fans right now, bro. I'd say probably 1% of them would even notice that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like their eye is not trained to the details at all because they give a pass to the details. They just want to see these fans just want to see all the dives and the spots and the moves and stuff. And they don't want to see the little stuff. I'm telling you, the little stuff like that is what elevates you in the eyes of the booker, because the booker and the person running the show, these are older people that have been in the business for years, and they notice things like that because I'm noticing things like that. And I've worked with people that are running shows that notice things like that. So that's like anybody that listens to this, you do not just blatantly help the other person from falling when you're up on the top rope. You can give a couple shots, like snug shots in the forms, and make them sell. But the man, I don't even know what the finish was. I was flipping back and forth, but I saw that spot. She looked pretty good.
I will say this: having watched both matches, I thought this match was better. The match quality was better.
Yeah.
I also saw a commercial on both shows for a Shaq-a-Roni pizza for Papa John's.
Right. Yeah.
How many things does Shaq promote, bro? He's incredible.
Whatever.
Yeah,
he does.
You know how much he's worth? You know what his net worth is?
No.
It's worth like $400 million. And the guy's still out there like getting cheddar for like an ad. You see him in everything. Isn't that crazy?
Get your bag, my dude. You know what I'm saying? But he's out there DJing parties, and he's always entertaining. You gotta love him.
Yeah, and you can tell he still likes to work.
Right.
He's like Nash. Yeah. Maybe like that's funny. Like maybe big athletes are like that. Tall guy that just maybe because they always had to work to stay in shape, so they didn't get like their knees didn't go and stuff, or just they didn't become a cripple because you're carrying so much. Maybe they just.
And he also does the NBA show with Barkley, so he's always doing something.
And he came in and did the WrestleMania a couple of years ago. Remember, he did the face-off with Big Show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So so then they had Johnny Gargano, Roderick Strong, and they were going at
very good. Very
those guys are two excellent workers.
Yeah, Strong's very good.
They and this is what I liked about it, and this is why like NXT is because their roster is just not. They don't have as much star power.
Bro, way higher quality of wrestling, way higher than anything in AEW.
Way higher quality, and they every match they're giving a little something. Like they're showing the tweets between these guys, so they have an issue going into this. So it's like just little things like that. I like that, but I don't know how these other fans are how fans look at that, but I see that as just a little tidbit to get you interested in the match. So but this is good, and bro, it was funny. Meltzer and Alvarez and stuff, everything. Johnny Gargano used to be their guy.
Right.
Like a couple of years ago when he was killing it in NXT and the things and all that, bro. They've just turned not turned on him, but he's just like another schmo to them now. They don't really. They're not impressed with him anymore.
Whose nuts are they on?
But,
AEW.
Everything on AEW, you know. But this was a good match, right? And Gargano beat Strong, which is going to tell a story later on, which I like what they did. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed. Okay, so this is what I liked. The girl interviewed Dakota Kai walking out on Candice LeRae, and bro, these girls can talk.
Yep.
Like she was well spoken.
Not only was she good, Ripley was great.
And the other girl came in, bro. Both of them were they showed emotion, and they acted like they were really
and presence, and they said shit that you'd really say. Yeah,
right. You know, and so it was good stuff.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go see if Steve Regal feels about that. Well, you go, just very well done, bro.
Right. So then they went to a Thatcher interview, short and sweet. The guy's not the best talker, but they keep him in short sound bites.
Come on, you had to pop. Okay, tell me you were popping with Loomis Leary in the back.
It was a good shot. I guarantee you, Jeremy shot that. Jeremy shot that.
Because Jeremy's a closet perm, so he's probably used to looking at
peering around the corner.
No, but it was great. You should have seen the way they shot it. Joe was great because he's talking and you just see Loomis looking at him.
No, he brings up Loomis's name.
Yeah,
and like the camera just goes, and all the camera did, like you got the two people in the shot, right? Yeah. And like the girl, but then you're talking to the wrestler, and then like he started talking about Loomis, and they just moved the camera slightly so you see over the guy's shoulder, and Loomis is far up in the background, like peering through the curtains.
In the dark.
Nice.
With the blonde hair and the piercing eyes, that's great.
That's what NXT does.
Yeah.
Yes, NXT does the details that AEW does. Yeah. AEW is kind of like presents themselves more just a big show with in-ring and stuff.
They're still learning, bro. They're still learning. Right. Yeah.
Shotzi Blackheart versus Mercedes Martinez.
By the way, did you see that they showed that whole Pat McAfee thing again? That's a work. That's 1,000% work.
I guarantee they're probably going to have a match against each other, maybe.
Probably, or he's a second or something like that.
Yeah. Triple H did a show and said, like, hey, I'd like to invite you to come and you can talk it out with Adam in the ring or something. Yeah.
They're bringing a guy that knows what to do because McAfee cuts good promos.
And he's a big wrestling fan.
Right. I'm not Shotzi Blackheart. I don't like this tank.
Right. I'm not a fan of the tank either. I wish somebody would destroy the tank. Yeah.
And maybe her gimmick is just for the kids,
right?
But hardly any kids watch this show. Right. It's like if you look at the demographics, it's like older people watch this, and like when your older fans are watching something, I'm not buying this. But let me tell you about her, Shotzi Blackheart. So she was the girl that did remember that about a month ago when she did the coffin drop from the second rope outside and landed right on her back.
Yeah.
And bro, she took a power bomb off the second rope. Bro, she takes a beating out there. And I was like, damn, this guy, I just noticed I used to take a lot of bumps and I'd be like sore. I mean, bro, this girl's tough as nails. Yeah. I mean, she may not be the best worker stuff, but she's like this. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. She's kind of like doing the Darby Allin gimmick almost, but accidentally. But she's taking all these big bumps and she's small and and I'm like, Jesus Christ, she's gonna get broken in half one day, you know. But
she's probably on the indies. This is her big shot, and she's gonna fucking, make the biggest splash she can. They must have plans for Mercedes Martinez because they'd been protecting Shotzi. And by the way, the toy tank does have heat with me. I wish somebody would just wreck it. But she beat her clean, Yeah. And Mercedes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mercedes is a cool chick, bro. I met her before, veteran.
Yep.
She takes her time. She knows how to work. She looks like a serious heel. I hope
being with a star with the red shirts.
And I hope
that mask and
and I hope Robbie doesn't drag her down because they've been using him just like comedy fodder. He got beat up by Rhea Ripley, got run over by the tank a couple times.
Well, he's supposed to be a Tony Khan parody, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, is he? No.
No, look at him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just too comical almost,
It's their way to have Tony Khan run over by a tank and beat up by girls every week or whatever, I guess.
I don't know if they're doing that. I didn't notice that if they're doing that.
Yes, Jeremy.
This was an excellent segment coming up. The Keith Lee.
Yes.
Bro, remember how we talked about when all these guys in the show, when they talk, they just they're just well spoken and soft spoken.
And he started off like that. And the thing is, he hit a good promo because he came out of that calm, nice guy demeanor And he started using bad words, and he said, "Your ass is mine," or "I'm going to punk you." And Scarlett came out. Yeah.
And he's a big guy, like 350 whatever, talking shit.
Right.
It's like, that's like that.
Which he usually doesn't do,
Doesn't do. And it's like, damn, this guy's, and then the Cameron Grimes, this segment worked. Cameron Grimes came out. I don't even know if they needed that, but he just went up there to take a beating, and then Scarlett comes out, and then they do the thing with crossing the wall. It's just like this was just very well done,
Building. Yeah, they're doing. That's how you build. And they're doing a good job.
Let me give you this guy's thoughts. This guy that's doing the review on ProWrestling.net, his name is John Moore. Right? I've never heard. I think I mentioned him last week when we went over this, but here's his thoughts on this. You tell me what you think of his thoughts. I mean, I kind of want to know what the hard way is. Cross kind of set that up as a mini cliffhanger. It's like, duh. Joking aside, it does seem like they're rushing to this big match a bit too soon. Good promo as usual from Cross, and it was cool seeing Lee give a different tone than he usually does. He might have thrown one or two more curse words than usual to the point where it felt shoehorning. I didn't think it. I don't know. I thought that thing was good. I don't think the rush. I don't think they're rushing this. They don't have anything. Like when Cole got beat and the Dream is off the show. And so, brother, they looked around and you didn't really. And Riddle left. Like Riddle and Thatcher were big, and then he's off the show. It's like, bro, they looked around. It's like, we don't really have any angles right now.
Look, at the end of the day, you have two choices. You can either build Cross slow, or you can build them fast, and they're building him fast, and that's basically.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to come across as a challenger to the guy? It's like he looks like he should be fighting the biggest guys in the show, right?
Yeah.
So then they did a backstage segment with what's their names with the Undisputed Era, and they're pissed because they kind of been punked and been losing it because they go, hey, we're going to be like we're going to let's go be the Undisputed Era again, right? The Imperium guys look great.
What do you think is worse name, Undisputed Era or Ever Ready?
Okay, no, Ever Rise. Okay,
Ever Rise.
These Ever Rise guys are their jobbers. Okay, but they don't present them as jobbers. These guys never last more than 2 or 3 minutes in any match, right? And they always come out like they're excited. They always come out like they think they're going to win, and they just get annihilated.
And
right?
they're Canadians, so you're like that. But here's the funny part. Last week, they came out and they both stood on the second rope and they hugged. Thank God they didn't do that this week. Now, I've never seen these Imperium guys. I like them a lot. Where are they from? Do you know anything about them?
They're the England guys. They're from NXT UK.
Yeah, very good.
And there's a few guys from NXT UK that look, the Walter looks good. These guys look good. They look good, and they look professional, and they work professional.
Yes.
They look like pros. And that's the thing. The difference, like a glaring difference in the AEW and NXT is the way the characters are produced. Like the characters look more professional because WWE just puts more money into production. It's like, bro, if Tony Khan, these guys have billions of dollars, they need to up their production game in the way they're presenting these guys because they're like the Dark Order. Like you could get those characters and dress them up like Kane and Taker, or more professional looking, but they just look like indie guys. So then afterwards, because the Undisputed Era has been getting beat up, they decided to go out there and just squash the tag team champions and get heat. So that was, I like that. I did not like the Bronson Reed documentary package.
You used a word I didn't hear on the other show. Heat.
What? Yeah, they got heat. So then Bronson Reed had a package. He's kind of like, I don't like it when a big guy like that and they make him like a regular guy. And he's kind of he had a boring backstory. Yeah.
Me neither.
Right.
Who is he?
Oh, listen to this guy's thoughts. Okay,
he's from Australia.
Bronson Reed?
Yeah. Okay, this is the guy's thoughts. John's thoughts. A good package as usual. Probably a Jeremy Borash production. These guys are really smooth and efficient in giving their blank slates characters. I've mentioned for weeks how Bronson Reed has been pretty bland, but this gave the guys some reason to care about him. Not to mention the guy's pretty solid on the mic. I didn't.
Bro, at the end of the day, all he said was my girlfriend helped pay for me to fucking get into WWE, my training. That was about it. I'm from Australia, and I've traveled 13 different countries. He really didn't say shit.
Right. Yeah, it was okay. So now Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Jake Atlas.
That was good.
Now last week they did a package for Swerve Scott.
Right.
So he's coming in a match and they gave a little promo for Jake Atlas before this. So I was thinking I'm thinking as I'm watching this in my booking mind, I was like, wow, they're giving Jake Atlas a promo here. I can't believe they're going to beat Swerve Scott after they gave him that package last week, right? That's what I'm thinking before this match, but Swerve Scott went over it. It was actually pretty good. And bro, this is the thing.
He's excellent.
They did a lot of stuff that you'll see on the other show, but this match was only 6 minutes, 24 seconds.
Right.
They did enough. And a devastating move, one kick out,
way crisper, bro. Their work is very good.
Yeah, you can tell they're just like I said, they're getting to get trained good out there, you know.
And this is the second time, but who's Jake Atlas? This sounds familiar.
He's the guy from LA.
But who was he before?
He was in the 205.
Okay.
He was in the what was the tournament they had?
He's one of the very few guys that come out in the business as being gay.
Okay.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I remember reading an article. That's why I was.
Oh, I had no clue about that.
Yeah.
Not that I cared. Did you see that?
I use him over here in Crash because he's from Los Angeles.
Okay, did you see that short promo they did in that Ridge Holland guy? The vignette.
No.
Okay, very well done, bro. Go on YouTube when you get. Actually, Joe, pull it up. See if it's already up.
First of all, who is that?
You'll see. We've never seen the guy before, right? There's an NXT UK guy. I've never seen him. Let me see if I can find it. Look, go to Ridge Holland NXT promo.
This was on the show?
On the show. It was short, but let me see here. No, that's not it. Let me look at the. Hang on. No, it's not up yet. Bro, it's good, really good. This guy looks like they produced him as it was like a minute promo. He talked and they made him look like a badass. Okay, so it was like I tweeted. It's like that was short and effective because it was it was just good stuff.
I can say this already. After 2 weeks where I've left AEW on the majority of the time, I've been convinced from listening to you guys and looking at the NXT review that I'm going to watch more NXT next week. You know,
well, it's good. So then, so next week he's going to debut in a 3-way against Damian Priest. Damian Priest cut a promo. Yeah. He speaks well.
Good voice.
You know, he's got a good deep voice, bro. Man, bro, everybody on the mic on that show tonight was good. Like every single mic, every minute of mic time that everybody had on that show was well done. So I was very impressed with that. And maybe they just really, you know what they did? Maybe because they got beat a lot in the ratings last week. Maybe they took a lot of time with everybody and said, "Hey, let's knock this out of the park tonight." Because I thought it was a good show. Yep. The 3-way. Did you watch the 3-way?
Yes, I like that finish.
Yeah, that was very clever.
Yeah,
very clever. This is a good. Bro, there was 3 guys,
and they can all go. They could all go.
Bro, all 3 have very different styles.
Yeah,
you know, like Finn's more of a high flyer. Thatcher's like just a grappler, and you know Loomis is like a gimmick. You know, it was an interesting. You know what it was like?
Well, Finn is more like high flying, strong style. Thatcher's more like you said, grappling style, and the other guy's more like street fighter, brawler type. This is what it said.
This is what it not reminding me that like these guys, but when you're talking about styles clash, but they put them together and they all work well. It's if like Undertaker, Angle, and Shawn Michaels had a 3-way. Like those type of work, and you just they all play to their strengths. They all do their shit. That they do everything they do that look good, and that's all they do. And then the other guys, everybody did. That's the thing. Like some of the other shows sometimes, and it only went 12 minutes. Like that's where like AEW goes those extra 3 or 4 minutes that I think just I don't know. Maybe these fans like more false finishes and stuff and more moves and stuff, but I think it's more effective in storytelling to do it this way. So
I saw this on this clip on Twitter, and I'm guessing you saw it, but I just wanted to play it.
All right,
watch this.
Ooh,
that's great.
And they're brothers. That's the one thing they do a lot, and they teach them.
That was a great
at the
finish.
School. And what they teach them at the school, and this is very smart to do, they teach them the theatrics. Because like you can tell, Loomis got there. Stopped because he knew the camera was looking to like it had that camera shot, you know, like they're just good details of the show. So to me, it was like, you know, that's our NXT review. I thought it was a good show. I flipped back and forth, probably like everybody else did. I found myself watching more of NXT tonight because like they grabbed me more. Plus, it's like, bro, when these matches start in NXT and it's 4 guys that are up on the card, I just know I can watch the first couple minutes and come back 10 minutes later and the match is still going to be on, you know? That's what it just seems like. Yeah.
Right. Too many matches are way too long.
Yeah. So
when they don't need to be.
No, they don't. And I'm telling you,
just going long for lane's sake. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't know if that's weird. The casual fans will not stick with the 16-minute match. Like a casual fan on a Wednesday, like if they start drawing fans where there's two shows competing against each other, your casual fan is going to channel surf. And it's like NXT, I think, kind of like, I don't even know if they're trying to counter program, but just the show, they're just getting ready for the main stage. And it's like they're just teaching these guys how to work, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes. Like they don't have to do like 19, just the matches in NXT are too long, or the AEW too long. So, but I thought both shows were good. I was entertained, but still the best thing on both shows is MJF by far.
I'm gonna watch a lot more NXT next week. Now I want to see. I got some investment, obviously, in Cross. Loomis looks like he's a trip to watch. Damian Priest, and then of course Swerve Scott, who was Shane Strickland.
And bro, here's the thing they do. Anytime there's a package on somebody, it's very well done.
Yeah.
Like no matter who it is, it could be a mid card or just like they're just producing good packages on that show.
Yeah, but
and it's like
also,
go ahead.
And also very entertaining is that whole Undisputed Era group. They're very good.
Right.
Anytime they're in the match.
They've missed them on this show because those guys are good. They all act well, with each other because they're all probably friends, and they're good, So I liked it.
Again, you can also check out a full AEW review on the Patreon site at patreon.com/Konnan and Konnan.me with a sneak preview to be available on the Keeping It 100 official YouTube channel.